31 divided by 1. What is the answer?
And welcome to Visual Basic Tutorial of a Math app. As you can hear, 31 divided by this was the answer. So the answer to that is 31. Let's check that out. There we go.
45 plus 2. What is the answer?
That will be 47.
"36 multiplied by 4. What is the answer?
And let's get this wrong.
Incorrect answer. The right is 144.
You hear that,
38
guys?
minus 11. What is the answer?
So let's get this one right. So that is going to be 27. Check that out. Yeah. And if we have 3 points here.
41 winner with a total score points of 3.
Okay. So the system is telling me I'm a winner with a total score point of 3. So what I'm going to do now is, if you want, you can reset or you can exit. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit out and we'll put together a new tutorial so that you guys see how this is put together and how easy it is. For your information, just before we start, this is my second channel. I'll be very happy if you guys can please subscribe to this channel as well, and thanks for your support. So let's go into Visual Basic now and start a new project. And now my development environment is ready. I'm going to go straight to the project there, or the properties, and I'm going to change that to 1386 by 800. And come right down here. You see underneath here where it says start position, change that to center. Come right here where we have Windows state. I'm going to make that maximize there. Now let's come straight to the toolbox. Inside the toolbox we need the panel. Come right here, grab hold of the panel, drag and just dump it right there. And I'm going to now change the back color of this very panel to cadet blue. There we go. You can change your color to whatever you want. This is my trademark color. So click and copy. Then let's change this to, let's change that very one to control. There. And let's increase this size a little bit. I'm going to make that about 464. Right, so let's come right here and just drag this that much. There we go. So I'm going to copy this. Let's increase this a little bit more. Come in here. We have 68. Alright, that's fine. Much better. Okay, and this one, just move it this much. Now, copy the whole lot. Hold on to your control, click and drag. There. Okay. I'm going to need this as well. I should have combined it. Okay, that's fine. Now, I'm going to now change the size of this and just reduce it that much as well. Just a little bit more and bring this down. Now let's copy this. Hold on to the control, click and drag. There we go. And now let's copy this very one. Now hold on to the control, click and drag. There we go. Okay, that is how it's looking now. So I'm going to go to the toolbox here. Let's grab hold of this, the label, and I'm going to change the font size of that very label. Let's make it about 40, maybe 50, and see. Let's take it from there. So say 50 bold. And take it up. Okay, so in there I'm just going to change the text content to VB Math up. There. I think we should reduce that to maybe 48 or 44. Yeah, 44 is fine. That's good. All right. So what else do we need to do? Come right here back to the toolbox, grab hold of these, and I'm also going to need a text box. One text box here. That text box has to be down here somewhere. Yep. Then I'm also going to need button. Take this up here, button, grab hold of a button, dump one button there. Now this text box, I want it to be resident inside, inside a panel. Okay, let's get hold of one panel, and this panel I'm going to just drag that here, there. You don't have to do this. I just want to design it, make it look a bit presentable the way I want. Now change that to cadet blue. Now I'm going to copy this same one, paste it right in there. Yeah, and I'm going to change this very one to control. There we go. Now let's bring this in here, dump it right there. This text box or this label, I will change the font property of that very label to 30. Maybe 30 bold. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to have to copy this label across. I need a couple of them. Very good. And these three. Now let's put one here. So we may have to increase this as well. Now let's copy this label. Copy the copied labels. I'm now going to come straight to the properties in here. You see where we have auto size, change that to 4s. Back color, I'm going to make that white. Border style, I'm going to make it fixed 3D. There we go. And scroll right down, delete the content in there. There we go. That is fine. Okay, so this text box, let's change that to 30 as well. 30 bold. And I'm going to select that text box and get it aligned right. And all of this, get it aligned right as well. Right. Yeah, that is fine. Now the text content on this very first one, I'm going to call it first number. Then we have operator. Here we have second number. There. Let's get this out of the way. Just move it like this. Alright, that is all taken care of. Now let's increase this a little bit more. I'm going to make that about 62 or 64 here. 64 is fine. It's good enough. Drag this. Maybe 68 as well. Okay. Okay then. Alright. And here the text content, let's change that to, that should be maybe answer or correct answer, something like that. Yeah, enter answers, enter answer, something like that. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Now, the other side, we're going to need as follows. So we need labels. So let's come right here. We need 2 labels. Grab here, then undo that. We're meant to copy. Hold on to your control, click and drag. Now text box, I need 1, 2, yep, that will do. And I'm now going to just design the interface the way I want. Bring this down here and extend this much. Change the text content in here to the correct answer is, let's get that right, is okay. Let's come right here. I want to, let's arrange it in a way. Okay, now I'm going to get it centered. Align, center, very good. And bring this down. Yeah, all right then, so that is good enough. Okay, now the buttons. There's a button here, and let's just increase the size of this button. These buttons are huge, so let's change this to 30 will be fine as well. 30 bold, or maybe 32 bold. No, all right, let's change the font color. I'm going to change the font color to something bright. The back color, I'm going to change it to light blue. Let's type it in there. Now this one is going to be exit, and the variable name will be exit. There we go. Then followed by, hold on to the control, click and drag. That will be reset. This will be for the result, or yeah, result. The name is BTN result. This is going to be a reset. BTN reset, and the display is reset. There. This is going to be first number, LBL first number, no, second number, num2, and the very one on top is going to be num1. This is going to be LBL operator. There. Now come right here. This is going to be, oh, let's change this. This should be something to do with points awarded. Okay, points awarded, and this we can call it show points, something like that. So call that LBL show points there, and this one is going to be LBL display there. Done. So let's run it and click on run. There we go. That's how it all looks now. Okay, let's take care of one or two things. Now I'm going to go straight into the project here. Click on the project and let's select add reference. Look at it right there. Click on add reference. What we want in there is the speech function. So I'm going to type in speech and let's look for that speech. That is it right there. Make sure it's checked. Click on OK. So we now have speech attached to our system. Now the next thing we want to do is let's double click on the form, and right on top of the public class here, right on top, we need to import that very speech. So let's say import. So we enter import system dot speech dot synthesizer there. And after that, let's import system dot media as well. Dot media. There we go. So for the speech is taking care of, the media, let's take care of that as well. To import the media, I'm going to go straight into projects, and let's come right here, the name of your project. Make sure you look for the name of your project. Click on that, and this dialog that pops up, what we need is the resources. Inside the resources you will see string. Drop the string that and select audio. Now to the right of the audio is add resources. I'm going to drop that down, select add existing resources, and I'm able to go straight to my audio that I intend to use. Select whatever audio you intend to use and just dump it there. This is going to be for warning if you lost, and this is for winning. Okay, so that is fine. Let's save that. Let's go back to our form, and let's double click on the form and just do as follows. Then the next thing I want to do right underneath the public class form 1, I'm going to create an object. I'll call this object SAPI, which stands for Speech Application Programming Interface. Then I'm going to say dim SAPI as new synthesizer. So let's speech synthesizer, speech. There we go. That is that done. I'm also going to create another object. I'll call that run, and that's going to be as new random there. Now let's create another variable. This variable has to hold the various arithmetic operator I intend to use, so I'm going to call it Arithmetic Operator. Okay, dim arithmetic operator as string there. One more variable, I'll call this add value, and this add value is going to be as integer, and initialize it with the value of 0. There we go. Those are the four variables I need for now. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to create a private function. So let's say private sub. I'm going to call it math. Let's say math operator. Okay, press enter. There, that is the name of my function. Inside this function, I'm going to declare some local variable inside this function. The first one is going to be number 1 as double, and number 1 will be equals run dot next. Okay, get it randomized. Then the value is going to be between 24 and maybe 78, something like that. Now I'm going to declare another one. I'll call that number 2 there, and number 2 is going to be 1 to 23, or 1 to 23. Yeah, that's going to be the range of that. Okay, that's fine. And I'm also going to create another variable. This one is going to be known as operators, or operations as integer, and let's initialize it with random value. and this random value is going to be 1 to 5. Yeah, that's fine. Very good. Now 2 more variables. Dim num as integer and initialize it to the value 1. Then dim I as integer. There. Those are all the variables I need inside the function. Now I want the system to set focus straight onto the text box, this very text box there. Let's see if there's a name. No, there's no name. Let's change. Okay, let's give it a name. That will be txt. I'm going to call it answer. Right, so come in here. Now back in here, so let's set focus straight in there. Dot focus. There we go. Now that is taken care of, let's use a for loop for I equals 1 to number, unless there's a select case, and the selection is going to be the operations. Paste that here, there, and the first case is going to be case number 1, case 1, and the operation is operator, arithmetic operator, this one. Grab all of that, paste that there. The arithmetic operator is going to be equals, I'm going to make that a plus sign. Okay, if that is for arithmetic operator, okay, so I have 2 there. Delete this and just put 1 in there. Okay, so the very first value that will go into LBL num1 dot text, that will be, let's first of all convert it because it only takes in string character. Dot convert to string, and what we're converting number 1 there. Okay, so we've converted whatever random number is generated that is stored inside number 1 into LBL num1. So I'm going to copy that and repeat the same thing for LBL num2. Change this to 2 to number 2, and change this one to LBL number 2. Now let's get our SAPI, our intelligent SAPI, to read out what we have in here. So that's going to be, SAPI is going to make you read, or it's going to read up whatever we have in here inside number 1. Paste that in here. Let's say plus, okay, and concatenate the second number, that is going to be 2. Okay, so number 1 plus number 2, and let's concatenate something into it. Let's say that will be what is the answer. Okay, so that's fine. So that's what SAPI is going to read out for us. So that takes care of the very first one, and the very first one is the arithmetic operators. Now let's take care of the other 3 operators. So I've copied this already. Come right down here, paste. We have 2, we have 3, and 4. So this is going to be subtract, and change in here to minus. Then here we can call that multiply. Let's say multiply by there, and finally The next one is going to be division. So enter the division sign and enter division divided by. There we go. That's what Happy is going to read out for us. So else we're going to ask Happy to just display an invalid data in there. So let's come in here and just say case else. Let's enter a message box. In the message box dot show, let's just say invalid. Input. Yeah, that's fine. Let's add some more argument, comma. So that's going to be math app, then comma, message box button. I'm just going to use .ok there, and finally message box icon. So the icon, we can make that dot, maybe warning sign. Yeah, warning. That is it. Okay, so now that that is done, the selected operator, if it's right, we want LBL operator dot text, that to be equals whatever operator that is selected. Copy and paste it right there. That is all for the function. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this very function, the name of that very function. Where is it? Right here. Copy that, and I'm going to go straight into form load, paste that in there, and if it works fine, form load should just ask us the very first question. So let's have a good look at that. The only bit that we haven't used so far is the media. We're going to be using that soon. Right, so have a good look at the function. Take it from the top there. Alright, so this should be 2. This is 3, and this one is 4. Okay, be careful. That's what happens when you copy. Okay, take it from the top again. Have a good look at it. Bring it down and down and down. So let's run it. We'll save that, run.
32 divided by 3, what is the answer?
I'll check that out. No matter what answer you enter in there, it's not going to tell us if it's right or wrong. So I'm just going to enter as follows. Okay, and so on. So just enter whatever in there. So if I click on result, nothing is going to happen right now. Okay, so we need to now write another function that we guess if the answer we enter is right or wrong, and so on. Okay, let's say the answer is right. This next one should be able to tell us what's going on. So let's exit out, and I am going to the form. On the form, double click on this that says result, and there, right inside the result, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare some variables that I would need. Maybe grab hold of these ones. Yeah, just grab hold of that, paste that there. Now that is as doubled. I'm going to change this to let that take in whatever value we have inside the system. So the very first one, that is going to be, let's convert it. So let's say convert dot to double, and what we convert into double is going to be LBL num1, and the same thing applies to the next one here. Convert that to number 2 there. Now let's declare more variables. These two variables is going to be first one, I'm going to call that answer, comma, I will call the other one result. That's double. There. Okay. If you guys can still recall the value that was declared right up there, I'm now going to say add value. Add value. Let's add. Let's say +1. So we've just incremented value, but we can't use it right away until we get something right. So let's say if operator LBL no, it's lowercase, LBL operator dot text, if that is equals the plus sign, then answer, that will be equals number 1 plus number 2. So that's my first conditional statement. I'm going to copy that. Come right down here, use else if, paste. Else if is subtract, then we have to subtract. Copy again. There. So let's say division here, then this will be division, multiplication, and that is multiplication. Else I'm going to give answer the default value of 0. There. Okay, and right underneath here now, I'm going to now say result itself, that will be equals convert. Do that again. Convert dot to double. TXT answer, whatever answer you enter is stored in there. Okay, once that answer is stored in there, we now need to compare that answer, compare the result to the answer that is stored in here. So to do that, use conditional statement again. If result is not equals to answer, then we want Sappy to say something. So we can get Sappy to say, let's say Sappy dot speech, no, dot speak as saying, I'll just say incorrect. Incorrect answer. The right answer is as follows. Let's come out of there and just say plus. Let's add the right answer. Let's convert that to say convert dot to string, and what we're converting, that will be the answer that was entered. Alright, that is that. Okay, we also want to display this. So to display that, let's say LBL display. Do that again, display dot text equals whatever the answer is. Copy and paste. Then we need to add value, because it's not that, so we need to actually deduct something from this. So let's come back in here and grab this, paste that in there, just say -1 there. Alright, so that means we have to call our function back. Call the function because you got it wrong. There we go. If you call the function, then the text box should be empty. The text equals clear. And we also want you to set focus in there. Undo that. Grab hold of the text box. Set focus right in there. I say dot focus. There we go. Now that is taken care of, if there's any error, we want the sound. You remember this sound here? This is the one I want it activated. So to activate it, I'm going to say, let's say dim SP as new sound. Yeah, new sound play. Yeah. And that is going to be my dot resources dot. I only have two sound there, the alarm. There we go. And I want it to play. Dot load. And dot play scene. There. So SP play sync. There we go. But supposing if we get it right, I'm going to copy this. Let's copy all of this and just change it around. No, I'm just going to copy this. Copy, come right down here. Paste. And if it's right, if it's correct, that means equals, result equals answer. In that case, speak async. I want you to play this celebration sound, so I'm going to grab hold of this. Let's put it in here. So I'm going to change this to dot the win sound. There. Okay, we play the winning sound. Now let's call the function again to give us another question. Come in here, paste the function in there, and we now want to store our winnings, the winning points. Let's say dot text, that will be equals whatever we have in here. So that's equals, we need to convert that. Okay, paste that in there and just copy the conversion text here. Now paste that there. And we then want the system, the cursor to set focus here. There we go. Set focus, celebrate. Good. So that is fine. Now the next thing I'm now going to get sorted is, supposing we end up with maybe 10 points or whatever. Well, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to make it maximum, maybe 2 or 3 points. So let's say if, this is another if statement, if LBL point dot text equals, let's say 3, then I want as follows. I want the message box to display that you win. This one, I want it to display something. Yeah, grab hold of that. I want it to say you are a winner. There. I also want the background color to change. Let's say dot back color, that will be equals color. Let's make that sky blue. Dot sky blue. Yeah, that is fine. So at the same time, we can just end the whole process. So we can disable everything. Let's get hold of this. Text input dot enable, that will become false. Then LDL num1 dot text, clear it. And let's clear as follows as well. Let's clear the next one. LDL num2 clear. LDL operator, clear that as well. Right, and one's happy to say something. Where's happy? Copy all of this, but I'm going to change it around. Paste that underneath here, and let's change it to, that's a winning. So let's say you are a winner or something, whatever. You are a winner. You are a winner. With a total score points of whatever the score is, just put that in there. The score will be in here. So grab hold of this and just a plus here, paste. Right, that's what's happy we say. Okay, so the next thing now is, this should mean here, so let's bring this down here. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to call the store points. Let's store all the values in here. Store point, that is equals, convert whatever we have in here to string. So put that in there as well. Yeah, that's store point. Once that is done, we now want to clear this text box here. Grab hold of the text box. Come right down here and let's say if this text box, if it's empty, then we want the value, we want it to dot default back to that. Okay, if it's empty, default back to 0, and which means we must make sure we have value of 0 inside this text box. Come in here and make sure there's 0 in there. Okay, there. So why this text box is selected, I'm going to come in here or just double click on it, whichever, go straight to the properties in there, select event, and I want it to be mouse enter. When mouse enter, I want you to delete whatever we have in there. Delete whatever we have in there when mouse enter there, and I also want you to set focus dot focus there. However, when mouse leaves, okay, make sure your cursor is there and let's look for mouse leaves. Mouse leave there. A mouse leave, and if it's empty, convert that to 0 there. Okay, now let's take care of the reset. Double click on reset. With the reset, I'm going to copy everything we have in here. We want to reset. Yeah, copy that. Come right here inside reset. First of all, the text box here should be true. And we also need to call the math function. And that is the function there. Call. That is the reset taken care of. Now let's take care of exit. Double click on exit. I'm going to declare as follows: dim I exit as dialog result. Now I have some lines of codes in here that I can use for that. Let's see, somewhere here. Now that is it for message box. I'm going to grab hold of that, come back right down here. So I exit, that will be equals message box does show. So this one is going to be, let's say, convert or confirm if you want to exit. There. Let's press enter here, and this one we're going to change that to yes or no. Why? We can leave this, but I'm going to change that to question mark. Question. There. And now use an if statement. If I exit equals dialog results dot yes, then let's say application dot exit. There, that takes care of the exits. Yes, you can always use this, but I prefer it this way to prompt the user to confirm if they really want to exit or not. So have a good look at those lines of code. That is exit, that is when mouse leaves, default to 0, when mouse is in, clear, and exit. No, that's a reset. And this is my calculation button for the result. Have a good look at it. There we go, guys, and let's try it out. Click on run.
$50 multiplied by 10, what is the answer?
Okay, just add 0 to 50. There we go. Check out the result. We have an error. You see the error? That was meant to be dot text. Dot text. So this is testing time. Dot text as well. And what else? Let's hope all the errors are gone. Try it out again one more time. Run.
47 plus 11, what is the answer?
And just enter 5 and 8. The mouse enter. There we go. 58. That's very good.
66 plus 3, what is the answer?
I have an incremented value in there, and here let's just mouse enter 69. Check out the answer. There we go.
67 plus 7, what is the answer?
And there, mouse enter, and there. So we should have 3 in here, and the system should tell us that's the end. There we go, guys.
A winner with a total score points of 3.
There we go. You are a winner with a total score point of 3. Yeah. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. I suppose you guys
32 multiplied by 9, what is the answer?
I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel. This is my second channel. Please do subscribe to this channel, and you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.